like to ask a very unusual questions for everyone here. How many smokers we have in this room? Who smokes? You raise your hand. It's okay. I smoke sometimes. Okay, so basically, if you allow me to tell you that smoking reduces the stress, increase focus, and increase productivity. Nicotine itself is one of the most powerful things we have in the modern history. Smoking is good. Smoking makes you feel sharper. You take decisions fast, and you are so much more focused than anyone else. Did you know that most of the successful people in the world are smokers? Okay, so basically that was all a lie. And some people believes this. Why? Because it came from a doctor who is medical doctor in fact, and who comes and tell people smoking has good side as bad side. As a matter of fact, 5 of my friends believed this narrative. 2 of them still smoking till now. But does this mean that smoking is good? Not at all. Smoking kills more than 8 million people per year, and it's one of the most preventable causes of death worldwide. But here comes the power of word. Word what shapes everything in this world. Because if we want to talk about the normal sequence of how we shape outcomes is as follows. Number one is wording. I hear a word in one way or the other. After this, the word becomes a belief. Once the word become a belief, then it will alter my decisions. These decisions at the end of the day will become an outcome. And this is the sequence of how we make decisions every day in our life. If we look around here, we find too many decisions, maybe billions of dollars worth of decisions are made all around this whole. And you know what? It's not made by research, it's not made only by data, and it's not made by numbers or spreadsheets. They are made by words before anything else. How many people here today are meeting each other, greeting each other, exchanging words, and at the end of the day, they make a decision before even looking at the numbers. This proves for you that words is everything, or at least is one of the most important elements to take a decisions in our modern history. That's why always watch out with your wording. Be careful of what you say, because what you say today is going to become what you believe tomorrow. What I'm trying to say in this presentable meeting today, on this presentable note today, that everything at the end of the day is driven by words. So today, I want to talk about the invincible force that move the markets and move billions of dollars. Wording. We all in this world would like to believe we are rational people. We think with our minds, with our logic, before anything else. We use numbers, research, data, financial statements. So at the end of the day, we make our decisions rationally. But are we really rational people? If we are rational people, then why do bubbles exist? Why do crashes in the market exist? Why do we have bull markets and bear markets? Why do we have hypes? It's all because of wording and words. Because at the end of the day, when we have a bull market, what do we hear in the markets? What is the sentiment? This time is different. This time we're going to 200K, 300K per Bitcoin. And when we have a bear market, we say the exact same thing. This time is different. It's just a hiccup on the way. We're going to move higher. It's just a normal healthy correction, and so on and so forth. So we make ourselves believe everything that is happening around us today by the power of words. Years ago, I was a medical student. After that, I became a neurologist. I worked in hospital. I worked with people. And all the wording I heard was, you are stable, you are settled, you have a great certificate, you have a great career in front of you. But when I was medical student and I started hearing about Bitcoin back in the day, and I started to shift my career one way or the other, the whole wording changed. You're crazy, you are dumb, think twice, you will end yourself, and you will end your career. Same reality, different words. And that's what happened with me. And then I asked myself a very important question. That question is, what if these words are not mine? And this got me thinking twice. So once again, here is the formula of shaping every human word in this life. Number one is word. Number two, these words are going to alter my decisions. Number three, these decisions will lead to repeated actions over and over and over again. till we reach to the final step, which is the outcome. So the whole outcome can change because of one thing at the beginning, which is words. And here we see the power of words. If I believe I'm not good with money, I will never invest. If I believe I'm late to technology, I will never innovate. If I believe I'm not a founder, I will never build. And we don't fail only because of the markets. We also fail by the wordings we say, and that later on turns into decisions that alters our outcome. Let's zoom a little bit out and let's think about cryptocurrencies, for example. Let's start with Bitcoin. What made Bitcoin successful today is not only because of the code. Yes, the code played a huge part of that, but because of three little words that everyone believed. And then it turned to be a huge trust machine. Bitcoin is store of value. These wordings alone made Bitcoin what it is today. Let's switch to another, for example, project, and we talk about Ethereum. It's not only because of the code. People believed because of the words, because Ethereum, at the end of the day, is the new finance. Let's think of stable coins, which governments are fighting for today. Stable coins gain the trust that they have today because of wording, because at the end of the day, they are the digital US dollars or they are the digital fiat currencies. What made AI? AI has been there for a very long time. Before even we see what's going on lately with the China and USA, Nvidia, ChatGPT, Grok, and so on and so forth, it's been there. But what changed is the wording. What made AI today is AI because we all believe it's the future of humanity. When we did believe that, everything changed. When we did believe that, AI became the new thing. So markets are not only driven by numbers, they are not only driven by spreadsheets. Markets are driven by narratives. And when I say narratives, I mean wording. When we say bull market, or when we hear the term bull market, so what is the narrative here? The narrative is the future is here. And when we say bear market, what is the narrative here? The experiment has failed. And that's why we have bear market today. And when we see hype, what do we say? We say this is going to change everything around us. Again, the words has changed everything. Let's look around this room we have here. You are not spectators. Each one of us here is not spectator. Each one of us here is a founder, is a builder, is a market maker. As a matter of fact, if we are not here, none of this will be happening. As a matter of fact, if we are not participating in this event, we won't see iFix, we won't see any of these companies today. You know why? Because we are the market makers. We create the environment and we create the demand. And therefore, we have inflow and outflow. It's just a matter of how you look at it. Do you look at it as a normal consumer? That's a word. You can believe that and you can stay that for the rest of your life. Or you can look at yourself as a market maker, and therefore, every company here is there because of you. So you are the narrative today. You are the market maker. And this is how wording can change the way how you think. In the past, who used to have the power? In the past, who has the power is the governments. Governments has the power. After that, it changed to corporations. Corporations have the power. Then later on, or today, the power belongs to those people or to these people who shape perception, to the creators, to the founders, to the educators, and to the builders. These are the people who have the power today. Not the governments, not the corporates, but the builders, the believers, the creators, the educators. I have a question for you today. What story are you living inside? What is the story that you believe it is inside you today? I'm too late, I'm too little or too small, or I'm not ready today. You can believe that. On the other hand, you can believe something else. I'm early, I'm learning, and I am building. Your future in the markets is written by words and how you word your position in the market. So change the word, you change your belief. Change your belief, then you change your decision. You change your decision, then at the end of the day, you change your outcome. Words are not decoration. Everything I say here today is meant to be said. Everything you say to anyone else in this room or anywhere else is meant to be said. And how you say it and what you say is what matters the most, is what shape your future, present, and also reflects your past. Be careful with your words and be careful with what you say, because what you say today might be your future tomorrow. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you all for listening.